Welcome back to Beyond the Skyline, Real Estate and Lifestyle with Bill Brothers, the podcast where we take you behind the scenes with the people shaping Miami's skyline, homes, and high-end lifestyle. Whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support helps us keep growing the show. Today, we're talking design, luxury, custom edge design, and creative minds behind MVM Design, one of Miami's go-to firms for full-scale renovations, high-end interiors, and design innovation. I'm joined by Osirys Mendez, founder of MVM, and Adam Metal, who recently joined as a partner. Together, they built a brand that works with celebrity clients, high net worth homeowners, and developers to create spaces that are not only beautiful, but personal and timeless. So Osirys and Adam, thank you for being here and joining the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Honor.
So Osirys, let's start with you. So how did MVM Design come to life, and what inspired you to launch your own design firm?
So MVM Design is technically Mendez Vela Design Collection, of which now Adam joined as a partner, and we are doing a rebranding and a DBA of MVM Design. But Mendez Vela Design has been in business for the past 16 years, offspring of Mendez International and Associates.
Okay.
So I, as the founder, have been doing this since 1995. So now going on, 26 years?
Yeah.
And make sure it's 26 years because I can't count sometimes.
That's actually
and
30, that's actually
you
30
cut-
years.
That,
30.
I was going to
30
say
years,
that.
yeah.
30 years? Okay, can I lie? I'm just going to say 26. I turned 60 last week. So, yeah. So we've been in business for over 26 years.
Okay.
And together with Sabrina Villa, which is another one of our founding partners that is not here today, together 16 years.
Okay.
So now our new chapter is with Adam.
Yeah.
Good thing about the highlights of our business is that you've got three different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina and I always start the design process together. And Adam is a full architect. We do interior design and architecture. Adam does all of the plans. He is also very hands-on and goes to the projects and verifies that everything is according to plans.
Mm-hmm.
But we do build also from inception.
Okay.
But together and Adam worked for us for 11 years
Okay.
prior to leaving us to go to Kobe Carp to do his hours that he needed to have and sort of like an internship. And then he also worked in Grafton during a very special show that I'll let you talk about. And then he came back.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you did tell me you were
Yeah.
working with Kobe Carb, and
Mhm.
he's one of
That's
the
right.
big. If you're watching, he's one of the big architects here in Miami and in Florida.
He has a
and even
lot of
US.
projects
A lot
down
of
there.
projects. Yeah.
Very well
Um,
connected with the community and actually killing it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you gained a lot of experience and knowledge from working with
A
them.
ton of experience just from designing some of the buildings that were created after I left, and also doing all of the MEPs, the zoning, meeting people from the city. It was a great experience. Really changed me and made me the professional that I am today, either professionally and technically. And I was able to bring that with me towards MVM Design now and kind of create more of like a standard of development, bringing it more up to date and growing with Osirys and Sabrina and kind of creating what we are now.
Right. Going on to our next chapter, also a very well balanced team where we have everything and we can cover any type of scope or job. We also do hospitality.
Uh-huh.
We do a boutique hotel for Wyndham.
Mhm.
That is actually going to be, the release is going to be hopefully next month. And we're very proud of that as well.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff that you're
Yeah.
working on and in the pipeline, but we'll get more to that. But Osirys, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced when you first started the business that you had
I
to
started
tackle?
very young, but I was always a hustler. I like working and I like having my own money. So I was very focused. I was also 24 years old with a child. So I was, again, very focused. I loved what I did. I was in banking before, hence why I can actually, my brain can do contracts and I'm really good at that. I
Yes.
follow and I make sure that we are completely delivering and closing on all of our contracts, as well as the creative part.
Mm-hmm. And did you get a lot of the contract stuff from the banking, and that's what helped, like, kind of?
From everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, but I did. I was actually, at the time it was Sunbank, or SunTrust, and now it's Truist. And my first partner in this business was the wife of the CEO, and I learned a lot from her. And I like working with people. I love collaborations. I love sharing the good times and the bad. We're all in. We're indoors. We will close your project.
Yeah.
Always.
I love that. You got to execute from start to
Always
finish
execute.
and make it as smooth as possible. It doesn't always end that way, but
Yeah.
the process has got to be seamless and just whatever you got to do to get the job done and make the client happy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So how we started was always deliver, always close. We focused very much on repeat business and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that was huge success for me
Yeah.
because I did multiple projects for the same clients as well as they really endorsed and referred.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how my business grew.
Right. Yeah, referrals, because you're making your clients happy. It's important. It's, like you said, it's a relationship business.
It's a relationship business.
Because, we talked about this earlier, Adam. When you make when you have business and you make it about a transaction, people will see that and they get turned off by that. So you want to create a relationship where it's personal, where they like you and they like you back. And when you have that, they're gonna, guess what? They're gonna refer you business, and they're gonna want to do everything they can to help you grow
Yes.
your business.
And also with the professionals that refer us. We are also referred by realtors and contractors and our vendors, and we need to deliver
Yeah.
because we, as much as they support us, we also have to support them and make them look good.
Exactly. Yeah. So I know you guys work with a lot of celebrities, high-end, net worth clientele. So what is it like working? We won't name any names, but what is it like working with them? Do you feel like any pressure working with them? Like, what's that
No.
experience like?
No pressure. They're actually amazing. We have great clients. I've enjoyed. I don't like doing the same thing all the time, so I enjoy the different personalities and usually use it as the start of our design. Who is this person? What are they all about? Study their personality, study their architecture, study their surroundings, their needs, their trade. We get very personal to make sure that we deliver something that they really enjoy
Mm-hmm.
and that they want to come home and relax, and it's their sanctuary.
Right. And do they give you pressure of like, okay, like I have to get this done within a certain time frame, or is it kind of like give you some leeway? How is that?
Well, we always try to comply with contract timing. So yes, depending on what their needs are, that's how we start. So if they have time to do custom work, where we do a lot of local, but also European, Italy, Spain, Germany, Denmark. We do basically a lot of European collaborations with Factory Direct. If they want that, they have that. And if they want domestic, we have that as well.
So when you're working with these high net worth individuals, are you working with them directly one-on-one? Are you dealing with maybe like an assistant or someone else? Or how
In
does
my
that
case,
usually-
it's always been one-on-one.
Okay.
And it's all right. We enjoy it.
Yeah.
All of our clients have different personalities, and it's actually
Yeah.
beautiful once you get to learn their personality and which of the business partners actually relate more
Yes.
to them. It's
Yes.
actually, each of us have different personalities as well that complement each single clientele that we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's actually, when you actually see it at the end, it's a beautiful project from beginning to end.
Yeah.
It's a lot of teamwork that goes into it, and we work very hard to keep the client very happy and make sure that the end product is beautiful.
Yeah, and I think it's important when you're working with them one-on-one as opposed to the so-called middleman, because then you can relate to them and you know more of their needs than finding
Absolutely.
out through a third party. Would
Absolutely.
you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like in any kind of work, in any trade, if you don't study your source, you won't do as good a job.
Right. Yeah.
So
So you got to do your homework before.
we do our homework.
Yeah.
We
And I
do
know
our
you're
homework.
big in that. I know you're big into that.
Yeah.
Where we say, Bill, do your homework before you go meet this person. And, I learned, so that is very, very big.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
very
something
big.
Osirys has always taught me is
Yeah.
you have to close your box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, something else, you actually told me this 6 years ago. I don't know if you remember telling me this, but I keep this in mind. I keep this top of mind because, and when any job that you do, any business, there's always hopefully there's not going to be an issue. But if there is a problem and you have to bring it to the client, you know what I'm going to say? bring a solution or two solutions to the table
Immediately.
before you go there, because
Yes.
you don't want to bring a problem to the client and have
Have no
nothing to
solution.
resolve it. Do
No.
you remember saying that to me?
Yes, of course I do.
Yeah.
I still say it. That's what he means by
I
close
don't
the
know.
box.
Shit,
You
right?
had to close the
That's
box.
what he means by close the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at your floor, look at your walls, look at your ceilings, look at your plumbing, all your MEPs. We have a problem. This is a business that is, we don't sell just one product, and we collaborate with many people, your contractors, your architects, your landscape people, in addition and over and above the end user. So it's a team, and we have to be on the same page.
Right.
And before I bring a problem to my client, there is a solution.
Yes.
Always.
And almost sometimes even multiple solutions too.
Yes,
as far as
choices.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
And
of
I
course.
never forgot that. And so I'm listening, and I always keep
Oh,
that
thank
top of
you.
mind. Yeah. So
Thank you.
That was great advice. Great
Thank
advice.
you. I love that. I love that. Thank you.
So see, let me ask you a question. So what project are you most emotionally connected with that you've done in the past, or maybe like a favorite that you've done, or maybe a recent one or something in the past?
We have a great one that's coming out this month in Florida Design Magazine from Aquilina. It's one of the lower penthouses, huge unit, great clients. We really enjoyed working with them. But Bill, to be honest with you, I fall in love with all my clients. All of my projects are very important, and there's always a level of passion. So whether they ultimately have a connection with me, Sabrina, or Adam, we are very involved. Our clients are not guided by the back office. It's always one of us. So one of the partners is always with them,
Yeah.
and I love them all.
Yeah. But the Aquilina project,
I love Aquilina.
that's in the newer two towers, right?
Yes, in the North Tower.
Okay. Can you tell me, I know that was with a very high net worth individual. We won't say his name or anything like that, but can we talk a little bit about the project, like how it came to be, like in terms of the space? Was it a finished space? Was it a raw space? Can
No,
you talk a
raw
little bit about
space.
that?
Aquilina gives you certain amenities that are already included in the purchase, that if you have, and I recommend this to all of our realtors and all of our clients, whether there are repeat clients or new referrals, I recommend that you have someone representing you from the beginning, from inception, so that you can choose the finishes even with what they're giving you.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that you may not know that are very important, that it could be something that you don't have to repeat or change in the future.
Right.
And you just work it into your contract, make it work, and make sure that you're not throwing away dollars from the beginning.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yes, but in this case, the floors were existing, but we actually redid the ceilings. They wanted more lighting. They have a 365-degree view.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. They have
Of the ocean and to the city.
Yes, everything. It's gorgeous. So they wanted additional lighting. Also, as the construction concluded, which was a little bit of a challenge, and some time passed, his family needs changed.
Right. Right.
So we made some changes, and we were there to accommodate whatever the client needs always.
And I love that too, because everything is not going to work perfectly, so you got to
No.
kind of like adjust,
changed.
and you got to kind of work through that obstacle and make the best out of it too.
And
Absolutely.
what we actually did for that project was it was very delayed in the beginning. The building wasn't constructed. They weren't passing the TCO. What we did with the client was we sat with them. We designed everything. We purchased all the items from Italy, got it shipped over here, used one of our receiving partner warehouses to store everything, consolidate in one area. And the day right when they closed TCO, we were in there. We were constructing, we were delivering, installing millwork. Before they could even do the punch list, we were already finishing the project.
So
And that's
guys are
something
already-
we assist in also. We assist in the punch list. We make sure that the transition with the client is as seamless and painless as possible.
because they want to be.
Yes.
I'm guessing they want to kind of be hands off. It's kind of oversee everything and make sure that you guys are doing what your
Our
job.
clients are no novice. They're all entrepreneurs. They're all business owners. They're all fabulous people that
Yeah.
are busy and they're traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they trust you and they leave it in
Yes.
your hands. And
Well,
Correct.
that's a
super
huge
important.
thing. That's actually almost our mantra. Close the
Yeah.
box, close the deal, always, and develop that trust.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're a full concierge service.
Yes.
So we don't stop just on the furniture and millwork. We'll go even into the bedding of the rooms. We'll
Yes.
do the accessories in the kitchen. We make sure that when the client goes in, they're ready to just enjoy the house.
So just bring their toothbrush and they're
Yeah.
good
Bring
to
their
go. Bring their toothbrush
toothbrush.
and
Their
clothes.
And if we have
family
to
and
buy
their
the
clothes.
toothbrush, we'll buy
And
the
if we
toothbrush.
exactly.
Yeah, the concierge shirt. I love it. I love that. So Adam, let's talk a little bit about you now. So you already talked a little bit how you came to join the company MVM Design and how you work with Kobe Carp and then give
Correct.
back a little bit. But what is your biggest learning experience that you've taken so far, working in design, custom work, and working with OCDs and Sabrina?
Well, Osirys and Sabrina are amazing businesswomen, amazing designers. From the beginning, it was a lot of learning on my side because I came with an architecture field and I thought an architect can do interior design right off the bat, and it's impossible. The amount of detail that goes into every piece that they select, sourcing it, materiality is something that I had to learn throughout the years in my professional career. One of the learning experience that I really had also was when I started working at Grafton Furniture. I was able to learn how to make the furniture from the framing to the upholstery, doing the built-in millwork, and actually having Marcus Lemonis film The Prophet at the time and being able to be exposed to new technology that he was bringing into the company. And I was actually in charge as the design director to coordinate all of that inside of the factory. So all of that experience between Kobe Carp, working with Grafton Furniture, having my internship from the beginning with Osirys and Sabrina at Mendez actually changed me professionally. And technically, I became more knowledgeable on how to be able to design within from the beginning to the end and actually putting it all together, which is something that I really enjoy.
Right. So you're not just focusing on one niche, you're kind of bringing all these designs and everything
Correct.
together, and you're learning more about the business too, because you just don't need to be
Correct.
stuck in one kind of field, if you will. You kind of have to expand your knowledge too.
You have to expand your knowledge. You have to know every vendor that you're purchasing from because you need to educate them as well for every single project that you have. If I don't know the material, how am I going to talk to the millwork guy and tell them, oh, we need to do this because we have a unique scenario in this one job site? And I know how you guys typically build
And
some
we
items.
always have a unique scenario.
We
in every
always
job
have
site.
unique
Yeah, I
experience.
can imagine, yeah. Yeah.
And it's something that the client doesn't see because we don't want them to be aware of anything. We want them to just come to a beautiful, perfect home.
Right. You know, it's all about having the knowledge beyond what the client expects. And we talked about this
Correct.
again earlier too. So
Exceeding expectations.
exceeding expectations
Expectations.
too, because it's a concierge service. So it's not only knowing about your architecture, design, everything too, but if they
Correct.
come to you and say, hey, Adam, like, I just bought this place here in Sunny Isles. Like, I need to know what are some places I can go for breakfast or walk my dog or
Correct.
the park, and you got to know that too.
Correct. We've actually had scenarios where I'll be at the job site, I'll be with the husband, we're going through a punch list, and Osirys and Sabrina are actually going shopping with the wife.
As we should be.
Yeah,
They're actually doing a full concierge. Some of our clientele doesn't have the fashion that we do here in Miami, and we'll go out of our way for our client, and we enjoy doing that. We enjoy creating this concierge service where they can rely on us for anything.
Yeah, it's super important. And I take it too, it's good because you're not just stuck in an office. Every day is different.
Yeah.
I think that really
Yeah.
was the turning point for Adam.
It was.
He can build a building. He is
Yeah.
an architect, but I
Yep.
think he is a charmer. He
Yeah.
loves people and that's the interaction. He likes to be hands-on and on the project and have that diversity, that life that we have beyond just sitting at an office and behind a desk and a computer all day long. The architects are there the entire time.
Right.
We work with the plans. So just like most of them don't do design, I believe, as well as we can, we're more detailed, we're more into the personalities and the personal needs of the clients. We don't do their job either.
Right.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle all that.
I don't think
I'm
you could
very
handle-
good with. I'm very good with the pricing.
Yeah,
You bring her numbers, and she's on it,
I'm
right?
very
away.
good.
On top of that, yeah. So what do you guys typically mostly do? Do you guys mostly work on single family homes? We talked a little about condos. Is it a mix of both? Like what kind of projects? I know you said hospitality,
Yes.
But what's kind of like the sweet spot, or
We
do you
have
guys-
a good portfolio that's pretty diverse. I like diverse. And I like the challenge. The only thing you will see always in our design is clean aesthetics. But other than that, as I said before, it's about the client, it's about the architecture, it's about the influences that they want to bring in, sometimes even their culture. And I love all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We're completely diverse. I mean,
I think we're complete. We're boutique, and I like that also.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we're boutique. I've had expanding or opportunities to be bought out or expanded, and which I am very grateful for having had that recognition. But I'm fine where I'm at, and I want to be Mrs. Cervera. I want my daughter, who is also Sophia, is an interior architect, and the difference between an interior architect and a full architect is Sophia is licensed and went to school to do to move non-bearing walls and to do interior remodeling and interior modifications. She can't touch anything that Adam can, or that Adam knows how to deal with.
Right.
So even though that we're not doing the architect's work, it's really good that we have that expertise where we can actually understand their terminology, where we can be liaisons and we can work together. And with a good team from the beginning, we've been very blessed that the majority of our projects, I would say 99.9%
Yeah.
And
are all really good.
piggyback off of what Osirys is saying is this year alone, we have a project in every single category that we're going to be photographing that we're
Yes.
completing.
Yes.
We have a single family home that we're doing in Coral Gables.
Okay.
We have a condo in Aqualina, which is in Aventura, Sunny Isles.
Yeah.
We have a hotel in Miami Beach that we're completing as well. And then we just finished completing a tennis center restaurant in Key Biscayne.
Oh.
So we're completely diverse.
Yeah. 'cause I
And
was
they
actually-
have hired us now to do the amenities for the rest of the, it's in one of the largest communities in Key Biscayne. So we're doing, the
okay.
restaurants, the grill, and moving on to the main amenity in the club.
Oh, that's amazing. Because I was actually just going to ask you that if you guys have done any restaurants, because I don't
Yes.
recall you ever
Yes.
mentioning that.
Yes,
so
we
now
have.
you're
Yeah,
growing.
now we have the restaurant in our portfolio.
Oh, I love that.
Two of
So
them.
you're expanding and
Yes.
growing too.
Yes.
Correct.
Well, that's what he brings in also. He brings in all of that knowledge and all of those MEPs, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, all of that experience and that ability to interact and read and really work from the ground to the closing of these beautiful projects.
Yeah. And everything is in-house. And like you said,
Yeah.
you're a boutique company.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Everyone's endorsed.
Yeah. But if you were a huge company, you wouldn't have that interaction, that personal interaction that you would have with a client if you had a lot of employees working for you, because they would probably be dealing with this person and that person instead of you guys directly too.
Yes.
And I think that shines and it makes you stand out even more. So you feel like you have that relationship and they don't feel like just like a stranger and just a
No.
transaction.
I think that we have something really unique and really good going. Like whenever you call somewhere, then, you get someone on the phone that you're just like, okay, let me hang up and call back. We don't want to be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't want to be that.
Yeah.
Whether it's Adam, Sabrina, or myself, we want to make sure that we're meeting, we've got you covered.
Yeah.
But you're meeting your needs.
And people like that because if you're calling them and you're not calling them back, then why am I going to continue working with them too? You
No,
know?
or if you're calling them and you're really dealing with someone that doesn't have the ability to answer the questions.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, our clients are not novice. They
Yeah.
know this is not their first rodeo.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're
Yeah.
very busy. They
Yes.
give us a lot of trust entering their home because it's their home that they're gonna come back to after a long day, after wanting to go into their major vacation, which will be here in Miami, and enjoy their house. So it's that trust that we really create with the client and them knowing that they have a face that they know to answer all these questions.
Exactly.
Always,
Yeah.
always, anytime,
Yeah.
weekends, anywhere we're at, a text, one of us will always
We'll
answer.
be there, and I love
Always.
that, and that's super important in any business. In
And
any
not
business,
just
quite
in
frankly.
residential, even in the hospitality. I mean, we're dealing with investors and we got to take care of their money as much as the residents
Mhm.
because we want their business again.
Yeah.
And we need to do You have no idea what we do with a dollar.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I know. I know. But let me ask you a question. So I want to know. So how are you guys seeing the design trend shift over the years, especially like the past 5 to 10 years? Like, what were you seeing then compared to what you're seeing now?
Well, I absolutely think that Miami and all of the South Florida, especially the East Side, is really evolving. There is a culture that's being established that is very, very much in competition with from Dubai to New York, Chicago, Boston. We've done Boston. We just finished a project for one of our Aquilina clients from the South Tower, and he's a developer, and he took us to Boston. We did a penthouse at the Ritz-Carlton, and
Oh,
it was
wow.
amazing. We had yes, we do a lot of collaborations that are outside of Miami, and mostly everything is Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach.
Okay.
But we do definitely cater to anywhere our clients take us.
But when
And I love to go anywhere.
yeah, right. Yeah, the travel's not bad. No one's gonna complain about that. But what have you seen, like specifically like a design? Are you seeing more like modern designs? Are you seeing
No.
more
I
like
think that
traditional?
yes, not so much more traditional, but again, the word eclectic has always been good. But I think that now we are seeing, because there's a lot more culture, we're seeing a lot of collectors,
Okay.
and we're actually shifting away from all of that white Miami white with the blue accents. Now, the clients are a little bit more educated in the sense that they have family heirlooms that they want to incorporate, or even in the restaurants and in the hospitality. They want more. They want
They want an
warmth.
identity.
They want an identity. Yes.
Okay. So you kind of let the client know, okay, what's the trends going on right now, but you kind of catering to their style and their needs.
We discuss it. We also let them know, for instance, some of the investors are foreign. So we're like, hey, maybe what works there doesn't work here. This is what Miami's all about. And we're juxtaposed of people. We have a mix of cultures. And in my opinion, when you are doing something that needs to appeal the most,
Uh-huh.
I listen. I
Right.
listen to them, but I also listen to the comments and how the community is evolving. And our community is number one.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone wants to be here. Look at this
Yeah,
weather.
that's true.
Right now we're here looking at another new construction behind us, but our day is gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's incredible. We're very blessed.
Even
And
we-
another
ways.
thing that keeps on evolving is materiality.
Yes.
And we're also learning, us as professionals, we're
and LEED.
continuously learning
The
through
hotel
our
is LEED.
vendors, through
Yes.
the LEED certification.
Yes.
And the idea is to create a design that is timeless, that can be functional through everyday use, something that doesn't wear. So we mostly design everything with commercial grade product. We do our research, we learn what's the new materiality, we learn what to integrate to make it last for a very long time.
So how do you guys navigate when you have like let's say you have a couple, but their styles are the total opposite? Like how do you work to navigate it to make it blend so they're both happy? Is that a challenge?
It is a challenge, but I think that in order for people to be really happy, when you need to give each one of them what they want.
Okay.
And then it's amongst them
Yeah.
how they handle the rest.
Yeah.
But we listen, and we do try to please them. And if one wants something, they'll get it, and the other one wants it, they'll get it too.
It's about a compromise.
It's a
maybe.
compromise. It's a compromise, but not a compromise.
Yeah.
They're the ones that need to compromise.
Yeah.
We will give each entity their own space or their own pet peeve, let's say. If one is more into the floors and wants this, or the other one's more into the fabrics. Sometimes the women are more about how the wear and tear of the fabrics are, because the children will, and we take care of all of them. Take care of all.
So all the details and everything.
Because
which-
we do have the hospitality experience, we do a lot of contract work. So
Right.
a lot of our finishes are commercial. And they are fire rated, so they've got everything already in, including from residential. Look at Aquilina now. The elevator foyers have to be fire rated. Millwork,
Yeah.
Also
even
big
for
buildings now.
wallpaper.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And that's attention to detail. A lot of people wouldn't
And
even know,
knowledge.
and you guys have to know that.
and knowledge.
Yeah.
It's attention to detail, but it's also knowledge to be
Yeah,
able to procure and deliver to these high end clients the demands of what their purchasing
Mm-hmm.
and what they're getting into.
And they don't have time to waste, so it's either you know it or you don't, and we'll find someone else. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
you guys get it
And
done every time.
sadly, yes, but yes,
Yeah.
time is of the essence.
Right.
We've actually gotten a couple times where they can't decide on something specific, and they'll look at us and be like, "Well, you're the professionals. We trust you, so
Yay.
you get to make the final
So
decision."
yes, and we step back, and then it's like,
Yeah, then you can take over, because that's actually my next
Exactly.
question.
Yes.
Have you guys ever had a project or where someone's just like, you know what, we kind of have an idea, but we trust you guys and
yes,
just do whatever
all
you
the
want?
time,
Exactly.
all the time.
Ah.
We actually try to get to that
Okay.
level with the client.
And that makes
At the
it
beginning, you got to learn them. So
Right.
you got to listen a
Mhm.
lot, and then that way you bring the right choices to the table.
And that speaks
Correct.
values about your company and what you guys do, because they're like, you know what, we've seen your work, we trust you. So you know what, do your thing, and I'm sure we're gonna be happy no matter what the outcome.
Yes.
And that's what you guys find.
That's what
right?
we do.
Usually
with the
it's
clients.
easier and less expensive for the client that way, because we have a certain conscious, the value and the right finishes and products that they should be using. They're more personal about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're personal, we give them what they want in a nice way
Right.
that looks good.
And
Always has to look good, because at the end of the day, it is our reputation, and that's how we are valued.
right, because you're showcasing
Yes.
it and you want to use those
Yes.
materials to promote yourself
But
too.
we're very lucky that way. I mean, in every way. I mean, thank God. So that is why I want that longevity. I want this business. I have not a formula, because I'm not formula based,
Mm-hmm.
but I do listen. I listen to my client, and that's really what my best feature is. And we deliver and we close
Yeah, you have to listen to their
Yes.
needs and their wants, and ask lots of
Correct.
questions as well too.
and put them together with the right teams.
Right.
That's very
Mhm.
important also,
Right.
to pair the client with the right vendors
Mhm.
and the right product and the right team.
Right. So let me ask you a question. So Adam, I'll turn to you. So how long does a typical, I know it all depends on what you're doing, but how long does a typical project take from start to finish?
From start to finish, we have some that can go very quick where they'll be done in 6 months, but we have some that go a year and a half. A lot of things that kind of put into the mix is how long is the construction taking? What is their actual goal at the end? Do they want to do things in phases? Do they want to do phase one, or do they want to combine it all and get it done before they move in for Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that we actually talk to the client, we learn what the expectation is, and we coordinate our team to be able to get that done. There's some things we can buy in Italy, but then there's timelines where we have to get something done locally. So we know our vendors, we know our clients,
Right.
and that's how we kind of create our timeline to make sure it all flows.
Because sometimes you're going to have delays with the materials or whatnot
Correct.
too. And
So
then-
some of these countries, they go on vacation for a month.
Yeah.
So
So
Italy,
we try to anticipate all
we
of that, and we
anticipate all
tell our
that.
clients, listen, if you don't place your orders by this time, they're going to be closing, and then you're not going to get anything released until September, which means that if there is a 4-week, shipping time and water freight, you're not going to get anything until November, December.
And again, that's knowledge. Most
That's
people wouldn't know it, because you're
Correct.
telling me that. I'm
Right.
like, I had no idea. And
Oh,
then I'm
yeah.
sure most people don't even know, but that's the
We
value that
go-
you're adding. You
We
know?
go to a lot of fairs. His knowledge comes in more with maybe lighting and more of the plumbing and electrical,
the
that kind of
technical.
stuff. More of the technical. Sabrina and I go shopping. We go to the fair, and we.
which is something I could never do.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But like right now, we are going in April to Salone de Mobile, which is in Milan.
Okay.
And we travel a little around there, and we always walk into every hotel. Oh my God, this looks great. Let's go to the bathroom. Let's see what they did here. And we learn. We learn not only from the fair and the new releases of the products, which are constantly evolving. Like right now, fabrics, outdoor, indoor fabrics. You can't even tell the difference
Yeah.
from what's just an indoor and an indoor-outdoor fabric, yet you have the ability to have something that we can provide to clients with pets, clients with children, for commercial, all the fire-rated amenities that they need, whatever it may be.
Right. And then when you're traveling, which is a nice perk with the job too, you're getting all these great new ideas, because, yeah, you can see all the trends and everything, what's happening in
Correct.
Florida, Miami, maybe the US, but you're going to get a new perspective if you're going to Europe, if you're going over to, I don't know, somewhere in the Far East. It's just all these different perspectives. You're like, you know what? I think that could work. We can bring this back to Miami, or maybe the client would like this. So
Yes.
do you guys find that when you're
Yes,
when you're doing
absolutely.
A lot of that actually.
Yes.
New relationships that were
Traveling is
getting that right.
important. You need to build that library.
Yeah.
And going to and learning different cultures is extremely important. I
Yeah.
encourage that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why I need a little more time so that I could travel a little more.
So, Adam, let me ask you. So you talked a little bit about a timeless design and everything when you were creating a project. So what makes a design timeless versus trendy at the moment?
So definitely when you're creating something timeless, I'll let Osirys talk about the design part, but when it comes to functionality and durability, we have to make sure that the materials that we're selecting can go through the time. Even if it starts wearing, we call it that it's starting to patina, it's starting to grow, kind of like an heirloom that you have from a family.
Right.
It's starting off with the materiality that you're selecting. It's going to the structure that's inside of the furniture. You're going to need something that's well built, well structured, and then have the finished product become commercial grade, fire rated if it has to. Like Osirys was saying, we have the outdoor furniture that we'll bring to the indoors that look exactly the same, that will be
Especially in
great
our
for the
areas
kids.
here and in the islands, anywhere where there's water.
Correct. So it's and creating this customer service to the client, where I had a client from 10 years ago come back to us and say, oh, we love our bookcase and our desk. It just needs to be brought up a little bit because we've used it too much. And we call our vendors. They have amazing customer service as well. We select different tops. We'll change the LEDs and we'll bring it back to date. And it's something that we do for our client, where we always strive to have the repeat client and have them be able to refer us, saying that we are there all the time, even 10 years later.
And the right partners, because those partners 10 years later are still making us complete. We can pick up the phone and say, hello, Ordare, I need you to come to Murano and service
Exactly.
this client. Remember them? Yes. So we have that relationship. We work at those relationships, not only with the client, but with the vendor, because that connection is what makes us complete.
Yeah. Another aspect of the business that you don't even think about too. Yeah. You have to have all these relationships with all these people as well too. And I think that speaks volumes about your business and what you guys do, that 10 years later, for something simple as a bookshelf, they're still calling you,
Yes.
but you're going to do it because every client is important.
It evolves into
Correct.
more.
Yeah,
Always.
exactly.
Now the bookshelf is, oh, I need to reupholster the Corbusier chairs because the cat scraped the fabric. Sure, here we are.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, you know, my neighbor next door just moved in and they're going to love you.
Yeah. Yeah. Always evolving.
Always.
Always
Always.
evolving. I love that.
Yes.
So, do you guys have any advice that you would give to someone who wants to elevate their design in their home but doesn't know where to begin?
I think color concept is important. Selecting classics
Okay.
is important. And it depends on budget, but you can have a very nicely curated coffee table with just a book of your choice, a candle, and some sort of flowers or a plant. And that's what I would tell everyone. Make it personal. Let me know what you want.
Because you have to, at the end of the day, you have to make it something that you're happy, you're going to enjoy, and then you're going to be excited about coming home to every time. Would you agree?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Something that will brighten you up at the end of the day after a long day at work.
Yeah, right.
I was with a client last night and she goes, you know, I didn't tell you this, but when I walked into my house, I had tears in my eyes. And I'm like, oh my God. And this is a client that has multiple homes. And I value their sense of honesty and commitment and humbleness towards our work. I'm like, oh my God, thank you very much.
And you get teary-eyed too, because that makes you happy, I guess, too. You know what I mean?
And I don't cry. But my business is a sensitive stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, I love that, and that's exciting to hear when you have these clients that are just thrilled with your work, and they tell you. It's just exciting to do, and it makes you more excited to do your job and putting in the work every day when you're making them happy like that. Would you agree?
Yes, very gratifying.
Yeah.
Extremely gratifying.
Very gratifying. Like this has been a heavy week for me and for us
Mhm.
because I've had clients here, but thank God I have my partners and my support, and
You need that
I need that.
because you can't do it all by yourself.
Absolutely not.
Steve Jobs didn't do it all by himself. Jeff Bezos, nobody. They had a team, and that's what you guys are doing. You're working off each other, and you're helping each other, you support each other, and the clients know that, and people notice that, and then you guys are going to continue to grow and doing your thing like you are right now.
And we have a no judgment free business. We agree to disagree. And after that, we have a cocktail or whatever we're on together. And we enjoy life and we go forward and we make it happen. And we resolve the problems always.
Yeah,
So
and it's all about
I don't like when problems, how do you say, when they grow
Snowball.
or they snowball? Let's take care of it now.
Yeah, and it's all about having fun, laugh, and enjoying yourself too. And you guys are always like that. You guys are always laughing, having a good time, and you need that. You need that. And it shows to people out there and the clients. So super important. Now to kind of wrap this up, I asked this question to all my guests. So I'm gonna start off with you, Osirys.
Thank you.
If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Do not fear. Go forward. Figure it out. You'll do it.
Love that.
Whatever it is, you'll figure it out. You'll do it.
I love that. Love that. And Adam?
For me, it would be to explore, to try new things. Don't be scared to do something that would be out of your comfort zone. But at the same time, with all of these experiences you're trying, keep focus on your long-term goal.
Yes.
Because you'll be trying all these things and you might deviate, but if you have that long-term goal that you focus on, you'll be doing great.
Keep your eye on the prize.
Keep your
And
eye on the
something else
prize.
that's really important for me personally, and I've learned this from my clients, when you're not good at something, buy the service. Make sure it's the right person, the right professional that can guide you into that venture.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I love that. Love that.
Mhm.
You know, I need all that.
I'm a technical guy.
I love it. This was a great interview, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Bill.
So-
Pleasure.
People that want to connect with MVM Design, where can they find you? Where's your website? Where's your Instagram? How can they reach out?
So our website is mvmdesign.co.
Okay.
So you'll be able to contact us through the About Us page. And then also you can go to our Instagram, Mendez Metal Design, and you can send us a message. You can even send us an email if you want at info@mendezintl. We're always there to answer any questions, and we're always there to give an advice or help to anyone that's in need.
Yes.
Okay. And we'll have all of that in the description below for you guys so you can reach out to them and get valuable service like we've been talking about.
Yes.
So Osirys, Adam, thank you both for being here today. Your work speaks for itself and the process and everything too. So this has been such valuable information to anybody who's been listening or watching at home. So thank you. So again, we'll put a link in the description for all your contact information to check out their latest projects,
Please.
to get in touch. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share this episode to someone who appreciates world-class design. And remember, in Miami, it's not just about where you live, it's about how you live. I'm Bill Brothers, and I'll see you beyond the skyline.